Bonjour, hello, how are you? Welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane. We're doing a reading for Pisces. This is the Oracle message. One of my favorite days. I'm talking really fast. I don't know why. Maybe if I talk this fast, nobody will speed up my video because they won't be able to understand what I'm saying. Hey, there's a game plan, right? I'd also need to say less. Oh, I know. I ramble on. Sorry, guys. I'm here to, I don't know, interest a special type of person. Somebody who is more in a friend kind of zone, you know? Somebody who wants to kind of sit back, relax, have a coffee, and go, look, I'm going to listen to Jane. Yeah, I'm going to listen to Jane. Whatever she has to say, it's okay. It's all good. I'll try and make a melodious voice so that you can either A, fall asleep, or B, meditate, or C, just kind of like, phase out into the ethos of calmness. Whichever one, okay? So, let's look at today. I love doing Oracle Message Day. The other thing I'm bringing in today is that this is a new deck. I have subscribed to the Hay House Card Club, and I think every quarterly they send you some decks. For me, it works out about $17 at an Oracle deck. I got 3 this time. This is the first one that I am sharing with you on the channel, but it isn't the first one that I've shared as if you're a member. If you're a member, I've already done the flip through of this. To be a member for this channel, it's just $3 a month. You spend more on coffee and probably a muffin. And you get a video every week, okay? You may say, Jane, I prefer my coffee and muffin, and that's fine. If you do, that's fine. You can listen and then get to see it periodically on this channel when it comes through. So, this is not the card that came in for you. This is the card that came in for me this week. I recently took some holidays and then have had, a few things happen in between, and I had appointments to do and stuff like that, and it just kind of slowed me down. And I'm still doing all my stuff. I work a little bit every day, but I'm not quite in my orderly routine fashion that I am accustomed to. I'm a very routine person. I do this video this day, this video that day, and if I don't do it, then I get all mixed up, right? In my mind, I feel like I'm running behind. I'm really not running behind at all, okay? Not that type of person. I never let myself get to the edge of anything too close. I was never that person who did the book report on the last day. No, I read the book. I'd read the book, think about the book, do all kinds of little jotting down about the book. Maybe I did the book report like a couple days beforehand, but the book had been read and it had been picked through and my mind had, taken it apart a million times. So I was never the kind of person to be unprepared, or at least I think so, right? I still manage when I was prepared in life to be unprepared, if that makes any sense. In other words, you think you have all the answers and you get to class and then you figured out that you missed the whole point. That's happened to me a few times because I've been such like with a dog with a bone, trying to get it right away. And so this week when I said, well, I'm going to be using this deck today, I said, I'm going to pull a card for myself. Of course I'm going to pull a card for myself. These decks are beautiful. Gotta pull cards for yourself, right? It's a thing. You're a reader, you pull a card, right? And this one said, grace within the chaos, accepting life's complexities, the seduction of distraction. I love this, okay? Because it kind of said it all, even without reading the guidebook, it kind of said it all. And sometimes you're just going, I want to get back to work, but there's something else I'd like to do. Like, I'm going to take some time. I'm going to go read today. Even though I have still a bunch of stuff to do, I know I'm going to take time to read today. There was things I wanted to do, and I'm doing them. And I'm taking time to do, and I'm still accomplishing lots, but I want to do it. So it was that grace within the chaos. Be graceful within the chaos. So I'm going to put this here. I feel bad that this isn't your card, Pisces. I do. But we'll see what else comes out for you. So this is Colette Baron Reed. She has actually illustrated this deck. which is a new thing for her because she doesn't usually. And I talk about this in the flip through. So anyway, here we go. I call in Liam and Mona and whoever would like to come in and grace us with their presence. See, I used the word grace again. Yes, I did. Grace us with their presence and help us see something beautiful, new, and refreshing, and such as the wind blowing through my window at this moment, because it's been so hot and now it is so nice and cool. It's so refreshing. Love days of relief, of release, the ebb and flow of life, right? Although this is kind of like, the faces can be sometimes weird. Look at this. Is that a kitty cat or a mouse? I think it's a kitty cat. It's a tiny kitty cat, but it's so cute. So this is letting go of stories. Okay. Surrendering attachments, releasing unconscious patterns. It is the 34. Yeah, there's a lot of assessment. And I have to tell you guys, I tried to do this reading a couple of times this week. The oracle message, because I like doing it. I tried to do it a couple times this week, and it just wasn't turning out the way I wanted. The messages were this. The message keeps coming back out. Same message. But the problem is in the delivery, I just felt like I wasn't giving you my all. Do you know what I mean? You know, sometimes you go through the motions of something, and I think this is what this is. I was just so concentrated on getting this video done that I forgot that this is supposed to be a labor of love, not a chore, right? But like anything else, this is my job, right? But I did the weeklies that are never a problem, and then I did the then and now. That one was beautiful, fun. But then when I got to these last two, I haven't even done the one for Friday yet. This one, I couldn't get past it. So, and then I forgot to do the sound bowl. And anyway, it's just, I thought, okay, I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to sit down today and let's talk. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm going to bring you the message that has been coming through. The same thing. Everything. Every time. But let's do it in a way that's from the heart. Because there's a green. From the heart. Okay. It's an amazing feeling when you don't want anything because you know your needs will be met. You feel fulfilled and at peace with where you are in life. You love for the sake of loving. You create for the sake of creation. That's so funny that I'm talking about this. And of course, the reason that my readings are not coming out is because this is part of the message, okay? That's the way Spirit works with me. When you hit a roadblock, when you're a reader, it usually pertains to the readings, and you have to find them. Sometimes it's like being stubborn. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole constantly until you're going, oh, wait a minute, I've got the wrong piece. Okay, so it happens a lot as a reader, and sometimes you think it's just life, and then you realize, oh wait, it's the message. Okay. You love for the sake of loving, you create for the sake of creation, you live for the sharing of it all. Joy, sorrow, light, dark, birth, death, order, mess, mystical, mundane. This is a life of true service, being present without conditions, yet brimming with inspired creativity and extraordinary possibilities. This is the truth of a powerful, magical life, and the way here is in your sights. Be mindful now of the stories you tell about yourself and others. Make sure those stories embrace and have space for the true abundance the universe has for you. When you decide to finally let go of the stories of limitation, you may discover another path even better than the one you've been holding on to. Can you let go of your attachments, desires, and most cherished dreams and let them be in the care of Spirit? When you choose to do this without reservation, the magic will begin. Get ready. So, this is it, okay? I guess my card will apply to you because, of course, I'm Pisces as well, okay? And what it is really saying to you is let go of the stuff you think you need to do, okay? We put so many limitations, boundaries, and stop gaps and all of that stuff in our way that's unneeded, okay? This routine that we put in our, I have to accomplish this and this and this, right? It's so hard to live by that standard, and it's so restricting. It can still live with you. Okay, you can still have an ongoing list of things you know you need to get done, right? And of course, on top of that list is getting cilantro for Bunny, because I can't let her run out, okay? So some things you, yes, absolutely must make a priority, because, you know, I'm pretty sure if I didn't put cilantro in that bunny's cage, she would chew off my finger or something. So, yeah, we don't mess with the cilantro. We give her the cilantro, okay? Or coriander. It's the same here. So, there are some things that, yes, you have to kind of do, right? But there's some things that you can just kind of like float up in the air. I love the green. It's just coming in, right? It's the stories. It's right here. Letting go of stories. The stories you build. I have to do this. I have to accomplish this. I am that person who does this every day. A routine is great, you guys. Okay? Keeps you on where you need to go. And that's fantastic. But sometimes, you need to let go of a lot of that. We build too many stories is what I'm hearing from them. There's too many. You build too many stories, and there's not enough room to move or breathe. We just kind of just keep ourselves just kind of, right? And you may say, well, Jane, it's easy for you. Your work at home, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Like, I'll take my husband for example. When he's at work, all he has to do is think of the job he's doing, right? He's there, and it's the next job, until his shifts end. It's pretty easy. I mean, he doesn't suddenly have 35 stories going on at the same time, right? The stories that he's got to be mindful of is overtaxing himself. You know, having maybe an employer come up and go, you need to do that in 2 hours, when it would actually take 4. His story is not to stress himself out and go, look, I'll do my best, and letting it go. Let it go of stories. Letting go of the stories they create, and letting go of the stories you buy into. Because if you buy into somebody's stories, oh yes, if he thinks I could do in 2 hours, I must be able to do in 2 hours. Let's do it in 2 hours, right? So you have to let go of those stories. You have to let go of that. You have to give yourself room to breathe, room to create, room to have a breather in between what you're trying to do. I now walk in between my readings. If I would be sitting here at a table all day, would be no different than creating that same stories that I have to put out this many things every day. No, I'm going to do this reading, and I'm going to feel good doing this reading like I do right now. And then after I'm done this reading, I'm going to decide what else I want to do today. It's not that I'm not accomplishing, and I'm telling you, it's probably cutting grass, because there's a part of my lawn that needs to be mowed right now, and it's calling me. Plus, the weather's super nice, so it's not a heartbreak to do it. It's kind of a nice day to do it, and I'm looking forward to it. But that's the next thing I'm going to pick to do, right? So, you can still accomplish a lot in your day. You can still do your task. But stop putting them in a box where there's walls, where you can't break down. There's no doors to liberate yourself. Let go of the stories and rebuild a new story, okay? It's a little bit like the baloney. Remember the baloney reading? We're not doing it again. We're not doing it again. But it is. It's a lot like that. Okay. Repackage. Repackage the old. Let go of the boundaries, the restrictions. This has more to do with letting the walls fall down. Okay. So let's pick some cards here. Yeah, death, rebirth. Doesn't really matter which side. It's like two sides of the same coin. When you do that, you're also creating something brand new. A different perspective. The death of an old perspective, the beginning of a new perspective. It is repackaging in a way, okay? Because you're still going to have responsibilities, but how do you see those responsibilities? How do you see it in a fresh new way? Like a cool new breeze, like today, right? You take advantage of it. You take advantage of the good things. Ever hear yourself say, "Oh, it's sunny out there. I should really, I should really go out there. I'm gonna complain when the sun's not out this winter." But then don't do it, right? Because you let life take over. You start scrolling your phone, or you just do anything else. How about you liberate yourself? Okay? Liberate yourself from the stuff that is holding you down. Go get some vitamin D. Take 5 minutes. It doesn't need to be a whole day. It can be 5 or 10 minutes going outside and feeling that sun when it hits you, when you go, "Oh, I should," because some part of you is going, "Come on, you want some of this." Go out there. Liberate yourself from the story, "Well, I didn't have the time." Sure you did. Everybody's got 5 or 10 minutes. Everybody can find 5 or 10 minutes. Even anybody can demand 5 or 10 minutes. "Look, I haven't seen outside. I haven't put my nose outside. I need fresh air." Okay? You go get some. You can still be a high-functioning, very responsible human being. But shake things up. Okay? Shake the box around, flip it on the table, and see what the configuration looks like in this way. You can build a brand new design, and it can feel like this. It can feel like, by letting go of the stories you make up, you can actually rebuild a new story. Today is very much about perception, Pisces. It's a lot about perception. Yeah. 9 of Swords is telling me let go of the stuff that's causing you nightmares. Honestly, it could be this green person that's causing you nightmares. I mean, honestly. I mean, I love it. But it's got to be your cup of tea, right? These beings that she painted, they don't look human. They look kind of Syrian, or was it, what's the galactic people? Who knows? Love the messages though. So 9 of Swords. Yeah. Back to the reading, you guys. Okay. What I have done, Jane, me, we're all the same. Yeah, this gets confusing when I do oracles because I'm kind of higher up, but I'm still here. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to speak. Still don't know how Abraham does it, but the thing with the 9 of Swords is, I'm going to tell you what this one means. It means that for me recently, I've taken the things that scare me, the boogeyman in the dark, and I've given him light. I've given him clarity. I have risen up and done the research and gone further in. It's almost like going further in the dark. I know something's scaring me, but until I can see what it is, I can't fight it, right? Until I see what it is, I can't fight it. Is it my past? Is it my present? Is it scars from before that's holding me back? I've done a lot of this recently, and it has helped me greatly to face the boogeyman in my life. The other part of this is also facing the anxieties, because this isn't just a fear, it's anxieties. Okay? Like today, what's going to happen if I don't do all my readings? Well, tomorrow's another day. That's the worst that's going to happen. Nothing is due today. Nothing is like on the deadline. I'm always prepared quite a bit in advance. So I'm just late with myself. All right? So do I need to stress out? No, of course not. I don't need to be anxious. I just need to relax and chill and have a good day. That's what I need to do. Okay? So I went and faced it instead of letting it hang all day going, you didn't accomplish everything you want, you didn't accomplish everything you want, you didn't accomplish. I just went, I caught it. Woof, I caught it. It's like I'm catching this card. And it went, what are you doing? It's like telling the mind, what are you doing? What are you saying? You're saying that. Okay. Is it true? Is it kind? What is it that you know? I forget the acronym of it, but anyway, you know what I mean, right? Is it lies? Most likely. It may not be lies, but it's certainly not the truth. It's certainly bending the truth. And once you deal with all of them, when you kind of calm that rambling, anxious mind of yours that likes to, you know, throw spokes in the wheels of your bike. Spokes in the wheels. Yeah. No. Sticks in the spokes. Yeah, my mind's, they were going, no, Jane. to throw sticks in the spokes of your wheels. I don't know why I keep using that one because I keep screwing it up every time I say it. One day we'll get it the first time out. But when that happens, then it's time to reel your little mind back in, okay? Don't let it out on its own. Don't let it continue causing chaos. You bring it back. You bring it back. You face your fears. You face your anxiety, okay? Don't stay in bed in the dark. Get your butt up and flip that light on. See what the heck's there. And be mad. Be angry. Be determined. Okay? That's how I faced my fear of the dark when I was a kid. I did. I would get up and intently, my feet stomp to the light switch, flip the light on, look around and go, what? Why? And after doing that so many times, it became clear that there was really nothing there. I just scared. I was a scaredy cat. I liked to scare the crap out of myself. But after a while, it got old. And after getting up for no good reason, over and over again, night after night, to flip on that light switch, I finally conceded with my mind. It's like, okay, you're losing your marbles, and I'm not doing this anymore. You worry about it, I'm going to sleep. And that worked, okay? Face your fears. Work with yourself. Punch it in the face. Punch it in the face. And let go of those scary, spooky, anxious, fearful stories. And let yourself be reborn. Okay, so let's see here. We'll pull another one. You know, I actually like that there's not that many cards in this readings. I enjoy kind of unpacking all of this. I think that's what I like it so much. It feels more like a conversation. Absolutely. Yeah. So you have the Eight of Pentacles. So pretty soon, that's doing a work. But this is, even though some of it will be tedious, because some of it is like, you know, unpacking, repacking, repackaging, figuring it out. You're letting go of the old stories. You're building new stories. Some of it's going to feel a little tedious. It's quality work, you guys. Because what you're actually doing is you're rewiring the brain. You're rewiring your brain. And this is absolutely, tremendously useful to you. Rewiring the brain is probably the best thing you will ever do in your life. Especially if you're rewiring for the best. We love to throw in a lot of wiring we don't need. And, you know, we're tripping up breakers all the time. When if we just simplified things and dealt with things as they came in, we could probably keep it really simple up there. Okay? Am I in danger? No. Then don't be afraid. Is there anything to be worried about right now? No. So don't be. What can I do to bring me joy? I can do that. Okay. How can I do the thing that I do that I need to get done anyway, but do it in joy? Well, I can, you know, put it in rye bread. If you guys saw the reading a couple weeks back, you'll understand what this is. Yeah. All right. So then you have the true source of power. Love it. Love it. You have 9, 18. Okay. And this, when I first did the flip through, I said she reminded me of the Queen of Wands. And it's written divine will, integrity, power versus force. Ooh, I like this one. And that's because I think what it means actually is just that it's an internal power. Okay. Sometimes it can feel like you're in a battle, right? You're trying to tame the lion, the strength card. You're trying to tame that lion. You're smacking it down to the ground and you're going, stay there, I don't want you to move. Or don't attack me. And we know by the strength card that it has nothing to do with force. It has to do with your power, your internal power. Okay? Your internal power is that you have the ability to shut down the crap that goes through your brain. You do. You have the ability with the rest of your energy source from your body, which is the heart and the sacral and the solar plexus and your intuition and all of that. Okay, you have so many. We use the one in the head, the brain, you know, the voice, the head, the brain. We really use that one. Sometimes we overutilize that one. I love talking, so that one would be hard for me. But the brain sometimes needs to be told, okay, you've done enough now. Okay? You've done enough. You've done enough, and some of it's not that great. We got to fix this. We got to rewire it. So, the true source of power. Let's go see, okay? New book. We'll read a little bit for you. When true power is expressed, it's beautiful to experience. It's not an act of self-will, but a channeling of divine will where you are fully in service of a higher calling. Okay. It is a true surrender, a self-forgetting with access to the transformative power. Transformative, there it is. There's the death card. Okay, transformation. To make such an extraordinary change. There's a profound and simple prayer that illustrates this. Thy will be done through me. Relieve me of the bondage of self so I may better do thy will. I surrender my will to thine. Use me as thou wilt. Amen. Wow. I would say this prayer, this is me talking, I would say this prayer, if you're going to say it to yourself. Okay? Say it to yourself, because you are a divine being with divine guides. Okay? And ask them to help you find your divine will. Okay? It reminds us that we are all here because the universe needs to experience life through us. Trust in the invisible world and remember that your personal efforts or what you see in the material world are not the source of your supply. When you remember God or Spirit or the conscious universe or whatever name you choose for divine intelligence is the source of your supply, you will see the synchronicities drawing forth abundance beyond your imagination. You are being invited to remember the sacred technology now. Surrender your wants, goals, and desires to a higher power and watch the miracles unfold. Keep walking and trust with all your heart. So I love that. It feels like a spirit is going, come on, okay? Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep walking the walk. Keep doing the work. You're doing great work. Okay? You're letting go of the scary stories, the anxious stories, the boogeyman. You're transforming these into a new rewiring of the brain, and in it you're gaining new power. And that's their message for today. Keep doing that. This is what you need to be doing. Work it in for yourself, okay? Transform things that you need to transform. Sometimes it's not always about, like we were talking about, it's not always about getting rid of it. Sometimes getting rid for a while. But some of these things, we all think that we just got to get rid of everything and retransform into something brand new. Some of it will be new. Some of it will be old. Some of it will be retransformed old. Some of it will be an integration of all. The important part is to never stop changing into the being you want to be. So that every day when you wake up, your feet hit the ground, you are doing what you want. You are happy in what you're doing. Okay? You find happiness and contentment. It's not just happiness. Contentment, joy, all of those very positive energies in the life that you are stepping into. If you are not, it is a clear indication that you need to look deeper at things. And it's not just ignoring the stuff to rebuild a brand new life. I've known people who do that. They just skip out on their life and redesign, rebrand themselves. The thing is, they take all their baggage with them. They just can't see it. They just stuffed it in a dark corner. And it will resurface at some point. The better design is to do the work right now. You can redesign yourself, but fix the stuff or throw out the stuff you don't need. Okay? Get rid of the excess that you no longer are going to use. Fix the stuff that's broken that you need and you need to use. Pick up some of the new stuff that you're integrating into the new life that you want. So that every day, every moment, you're doing something. Even if it's, and I keep saying this, even if it's cleaning the toilet, okay? Find an easy way to clean the toilet. If you don't like doing it, I have. There's certain things that I do. It just makes it a lot easier. And then I feel like I've got a nice throne that's clean for me, right? Anything mundane, anything in life can be made to be easier, simpler. You can slip it in. You can still get your stuff done. You can still be a responsible human being. It's not all about tutus and wands. It's about life. All of life. It's about cooking a meal. It's about mowing the lawn. It's about dishes. It's about everything. But you can make your life magical. Trust me, you can. Okay? It's the stuff that dreams are made of. And I'm gonna, you guys, I may have said this already. This is about relationships, but it's a Carly Simon song. I don't know if that, I think it's what it's called. Just type Stuff That Dreams Are Made Of by Carly Simon. And at one point she says, and I am going to read it because stuff that dreams lyrics. Okay, so take a look around now, change the direction, adjust the tuning, try a new translation. Don't look at your man in the same old way. Take a new picture. Just because you don't see shooting stars doesn't mean it isn't perfect. Can't you see? It's the stuff that dreams are made of. It's all about changing your perception. I always find it funny when people tell me that they have a type of person, the looks, right? It would be like, you know, it's for a woman. For me, like I hear a woman, he has to be 6 feet tall, he has to be this, he has to be that. And you know what? My 5'6" bald man is all that I need with the belly. I can look at him and fall in love with all the wonderful things he is and all the way he makes me feel. And you know, I'm going to tell you something that's very weird, But if there was another, if perchance I was alone again, I am sure I could find another blessed human being that doesn't need to have certain criterias of looks, of resume-like type things. And I could be with a person and fall in love with them over and over again, because I do that. Every change of life, every new thing, every maturity that comes in transforms that person. And I can see them in a brand new light. And I can enjoy that person. And I think that that's what we lack. We put somebody in stories that we want them to look like in a book, right? You got to look like this. You got to be this way. And the thing that we forget is that they're ever changing, ever blooming, right? And I don't know. All I'm saying is that we have to open up our lives, our energies, to love the life we are in and the people in it, especially the people who you hold dear and close, okay? Yes, everything gets boring. Everything can get boring. But it doesn't mean you can't take a new picture. And it doesn't mean that you can't bring that person in an adventure with you as well. Okay, if these people love you, you can say, look, don't you feel bored? Isn't this like, can't we just do something different? Let's go shopping. Let's look different. Let's feel different. Let's build a scene. Let's make a new play with ourselves in it. Let's spice things up. Let's have fun, okay? You can do that. People forget they can talk to the people they're with. You can ask. You can make it clear. And when you open yourself up, if stuff doesn't work out in the end, really, with all of that communication, if they didn't engage with you, they only have themselves to blame. Okay? And you can say, I did everything that I could. Everything that I could. There are no guarantees in life. But this we can do. And as Pisces, we can do this well. So go check out that song and listen. It's a great tune too. I absolutely love it. I love this song, especially the first part of it. It's great. I always hum it to myself and I sing it, and it just makes me feel better. It makes me realize that life is not pegged into a certain thing. You can make it beautiful, wonderful, dreamy, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. So let's pick a few here and let's do the singing bowl and get on with it. X marks the spot. I love it. We have X. Okay? X marks the spot. And time for change. It's time for change with a T. Okay? Maybe it's extra time. I love this. Ballerina. It's dreams of youth. You know, when you were young, boys wanted to be astronauts, firemen, blah, blah, blah. Women wanted to be ballerinas, at least when I was young. And it's just reminding me of that. Never give up on your dreams, okay? Just because you can't dance or have the talent of a ballerina doesn't mean you can't dress like one, have fun, right? Absolutely. So change your perception. What is this? This is a dolphin with a ball. Okay. So again, I'm being brought back to a captive, okay? Because dolphins with balls are generally they're performing dolphins, right? They're not in the wild. Remember, your energy is wildly, can do anything, right? The stories that you peg it in is like giving yourself a trick that you've learned and that you can unlearn now, okay? You can give it up. This is this is so funny because I told you guys I tried to do this and I had the other part of the anchor. It's time to break that anchor. And it came out and it's the same message. Okay, break away from the stuff that is holding you down, that is kind of bogging you down and keeping you heavy. You don't need any of that. This is, I do believe, a squirrel. And I feel that that is the industrious part. And the salamander came out again. It did. And this is the true source of power. Your true source of power is your inspired thoughts. Your inspired. Replace anxiety with inspiration. I would say that's the best thing. How can I make this fun? Okay, ask yourself this question. How can I make this fun? How can I make it fun? Okay. Coffee, you guys. Need coffee. All right. So, singing bowl. Singing bowl time. Let's see what this thing can do. So, if you're wearing headphones, be careful. This is going to get loud. I do it 4 times. I do it for the 4 directions. North, south, east, and west. And depending on how loud and how clear they become, we know just, you know, how well the energies are. So I'm going to start at the top. Take deep breaths while you're listening to it. Let the sound cleanse you. And we're going to hope that I get to keep the sound, as always. Ready? 3, 2, let's clear the west again. Let's do the south. Much better. Okay, so I had to do a little clearing for the west and the south, which is, for me, the setting sun, which are the things that you need to let go, right? The things that need to end. And also for the south, the bottom chakras, going from the top to the bottom. Of course, the bottom chakras would be the ones, because these are the stories that you've built over time, right? These are the things that you tell yourself you are. I am this person from the past because I have built this person from the past. So we cleared those out so that the energy flows a little more to you. And that's it. That's it for today, my beautiful ones. And this is the last one that I'm doing. This is the one that is landing on the channel because, you know, I can't do it a 4th time. I just can't. It's just going to have to be it for today. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope that you can keep working at taking those stories apart and building the stories you really want. And don't be afraid at any time to change up those stories. That's the other part that they want you to know, okay? If the story no longer fits you, you don't have to stick with it, okay? You can change it, okay? You can change it. I would say in the realms of the physical reality that you live in, though, you know, because I can be a unicorn all I want, but I can say I'm a unicorn, but I don't think I'll go as far as gluing that horn to my head. So, I would say keep it in the real world. You want to experience the world as it is. You just, don't build stories that are going to make you hate it. A lot of the times those are make-believe, okay? They really are. We have built a really big world of things that we believe are true, that of restrictions that we have built around ourselves. And we know now that that foundation is very, very shaky, and that we could possibly build a reality that's just as good and just as great doing other things. So let's do it. Let's build a beautiful world of things that will help us move forward, okay? Such as what I've seen institutions of people who have dementia live in a place called the village, where it's actually like a gated place, but looks like a village, right? It's got stores, and it's got parks, and it's got houses, and people get to live free, differently, but freer than in a white room filled with nurses and medication. They get to actually walk and talk and engage with people who look like them. And I think we need those kinds of realities, not the one where people end up being in a hospital bed forgotten until they die. I don't like that reality, and I don't think it needs to keep going, even though that's the standard thing, even though that's the story that exists right now, right? We can build a better world. It's all about perspective. We start by dealing with ours, fixing the cracks, and then building one around us for the rest of us. We can do it. My husband actually thought of that for the dementia thing. He says there's malls here that are empty. And he goes, wouldn't it be great if we built homes for people who were, with age declining for certain things, and have the help and the protection and the freedom to have some kind of quality of life. I think that would be wonderful. I think that's a great idea. Okay? We can do it. We just have to, let go of the old. Bring in the new. Take a mall that was just a mall, and take the people who are in institutions and put those two and smash them together and make something wonderful. We can do it. We should do it. It's all up to us. You go and tell me about your things. What do you think this world would benefit from? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your brilliant ideas would be. That would be so much better than the story that exists right now. I would love to hear from you. Let's have a discussion. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you for having been through the entire video with me, if you're here at the end. And I will see you later. Take care, beautiful Pisces. Until the next video. Bye for now.